Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sims 4 info/thoughts video. So yeah, we did learn some more stuff about Get Together beyond the initial reveal trailer, but that's what I'm not talking about today, as something came up that I think is far more interesting to discuss first, especially for those of you whose hopes may have been crushed, wanting to see Toddlers and cars and other things at Gamescom, but none of those things happened. There's still hope. Like, after my initial hype reaction to Get Together, it feels like a game pack, but some of the ideas in these leaked surveys look really good, and it makes me feel more optimistic about The Sims 4's future again. Credit goes to Girl Gamer and Sims VIP for sharing screenshots of these surveys with us. So yeah, I'm just going to get right into the big one that will get a lot of you excited. The Sims 4 Generations. Like, wow, they even call it Generations. So this sounds like a much better version of the Sims 3 Generations, throwing toddlers and preteens into the mix. Unfortunately, this is the only screenshot I can find of the Generations part of the survey. But it is nice that they're actually like heavily considering putting toddlers into the game, and whoever was able to vote on these surveys, hopefully they all put toddlers at the very top, because, like, seriously, we just need to get this wait for toddlers over with already. This next one is potentially interesting, called The Sims 4 Find Love, where it basically expands upon all aspects of love life, really. From finding a date to having the ultimate wedding with bachelor and bachelorette parties. It seems like it could be a pretty interesting idea. There's also the possibility of new vacation destinations. It seems like a lot of the ones in this survey have destinations as like a big new thing. So yeah, it seems like exploration might become a big thing in The Sims 4, ironically, even though there isn't an open world. It seems like we're going to be able to go to a lot of places in the future. I also like that they have the romantic reputation system, as first seen in The Sims 3 Generations. I just hope that they would do it a lot better this time around, especially since The Sims 4 is more about the Sims themselves than The Sims 3 was. This next idea is especially intriguing to me, as I want cars back really badly. This one's called The Sims 4 On the Road, where you can own a car, a truck, or even a motorcycle, and you fix up old cars, and it has this mechanic active career, which sounds kind of intriguing. And you can use these new cars to visit various travel destinations like the Grand Sims Canyon, the world's largest ball of twine, and a secret mystery spot of some kind. This is a really interesting theme that they haven't done before in previous games, but it does sound like it's more suited to a game pack than a full expansion. I'm just hoping that since this is just a survey and these are rough ideas, that it'll be expanded upon more in the future. Like, maybe we can do like actual activities at the Grand Sims Canyon, like zip lining or something like that. Like, if they're gonna add these new destinations, there has to be like some new activities to go along with them, not just, oh, I'm gonna drive my car here and take some pictures or whatever. I'm also hoping this pack would come with a display stand for cars to be placed on, kind of like with The Sims 2 Nightlife and Open for Business. If you had both of those expansion packs, you could run your own car dealership. That would be really cool if you could do that with Get to Work and On the Road. This next idea sounds even cooler. Literally, it's basically a combination of vacation and seasons. As with The Sims 4 Vacation, you'd be able to visit Mount Wright, a winter destination, and Isla Cordinda, a tropical paradise. Both the locations seem to have some really awesome activities, like sandcastle building, surfing, which is something I've been wanting for a really long time. Hopefully it would have its own skill, and delicious island food and drinks. And the winter getaway would include snowboarding, sledding, snowman building, and ice skating. That's really cool. I really hope that the snowboards will be an individual object again, just like in The Sims 3, so you can customize them. There's also a bit of world adventures thrown into the mix, where in both locations they have these ancient tombs where you can avoid deadly traps and yetis. So like, this seems like the ideal vacation expansion. Like, it combines the best of vacation expansions and world adventures, and it also has seasons. It sounds like a pretty massive expansion pack. I just hope that each part would have its own justice done to it, because yeah, I see no mention of rain or hail or stuff like that, so hopefully it's not just summer and winter, and then like no fall or spring in between. There's also a few more ideas listed, like University, which sounds pretty much the same as previous University expansions. It's University, Party, or Work Hard, and then there's Get Real, which focuses on becoming a reality TV star, which, I don't know, I'm not surprised that this is an idea that they've come up with, but I'd rather this be one of the last expansion packs. And there's also a superhero idea, which sounds really cool, where you can actually go to an academy and learn powers and all that stuff. That's another idea I'd rather have later than sooner, though. The Metropolis idea sounds really great, where you can live in an apartment and you can eat at food carts and street markets, and there's supposed to be many different cultures in the new city, which is nice. It'll be very different from Bridgeport and offer a lot more variety. There's also this rebuild idea, which is basically like, oh, the apocalypse has happened and you have to fight off zombies. It really sounds like it should be more of its own game, kind of like The Sims Medieval, than its own expansion pack. If it was an expansion, though, I think that I'd rather have that be the final expansion pack, because, yeah, like, there's so many things that we should have first, like On the Road and Metropolis and Generations and those ones. The Get Famous idea sounds pretty intriguing too, as it focuses more on internet fame than something along the lines of Superstar, which I'm not really sure about. It's like, yeah, having SimTube exist in the Sims universe sounds kind of funny, and that you could play pranks on your friends and start a band, but I would really like it to have both, like almost exactly like Superstar and internet fame as well, because yeah, the Get Famous thing by itself also sounds kind of like a game pack. And finally, there is the Back to School idea. So yeah, it is kind of like the Go to School mod that Zerbu made, except it's even more elaborate, where there's actually an active career for teachers too, if you want to be on the other side of things and not just be a student. And it's cool sounding, like it has classes and dances and student government elections. Hopefully that would also include prom, where it'd be like Get to Work's active career system, where you can do certain things at the prom, and then it would result in your sim having like a better prom at the end and getting a much stronger moodlet at the end, stuff like that. So overall, this survey has made me feel more optimistic about The Sims 4's future again, because most of the ideas sound really cool. There's a few that are kind of like, they're not really for me, like the whole rebuild idea, but most of them sound really good. I think it's pretty ridiculous though how The Sims 4 Generations is not the next expansion pack instead of Get Together. Like Get Together would have probably been okay as like the third or fourth expansion pack, but the thing is, like pretty much everybody wants more family play, like especially toddlers and preteens. It's really weird to me. It just feels like EA listens to the fans, but they also don't at the same time. I'm not really sure who asked for this nightlife / university / Euro trip idea that is Get Together, because I mean, if they really read the forums, pretty much everybody was expecting Generations to be the next sort of thing. Like a lot of people wanted Open for Business back, and then we got that in the first expansion pack, but all of a sudden they're like, you know what, let's do even more young adults and party stuff, because oh, there isn't totally enough of that already. It really sucks that The Sims 4 seems to continue this trend that started with The Sims 3, even though it kind of goes back to The Sims 1 with, oh, our kids weren't able to do much. But especially in The Sims 3 and The Sims 4, they always focus so much on young adults, modern furniture, and partying. It's just getting kind of tired now. It'd be great to see more expansions focused on family play, so hopefully Generations is the third expansion pack. And even expansions like On the Road, it'd be really great if they added some stuff for kids too, like have kids ride bicycles and scooters and that sort of stuff. One more point I gotta make though is that pets are not mentioned at all in this survey. It's very surprising to me, unless that does mean that pets is actually in the works, so they're just like, we're not gonna bother taking a survey for pets because we're already making it, because with expansion packs, they take roughly a year to make, so expansion pack 3 and maybe even expansion pack 4 are already decided. So yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with that. I mean, if we did get pets before toddlers, that would be weird, but I wouldn't be really that mad about it because pets still add to family gameplay, and pets are, well, pets. They add a lot more life to the game. They're pretty awesome. And that wraps up another Sims 4 info/thoughts video. So overall, I needed some of these ideas yesterday, like the vacations one, and generations, and on the road. And some of them are kind of like the rebuild one and the reality TV show one. But yeah, I think Sims 4 has a potentially interesting future still, but I am hoping that they do cater more to all players instead of just people who focus on the young adult stuff. I'll admit I do play as young adults more, but that's because they always get the most content. Like, if the Sims expansion packs always focused on family plays predominantly, then I would play as families more. So yeah, I think they just need to make a little bit of change with that. The problem's been around for so long. But anyways, I'll talk to you later guys, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.